Okay, thanks again for those who have just joined us. Welcome to our virtual parents' evening for the Manchester College. My name is Megan and I'm one of the school liaison coordinators at the college, and we've also got my colleague Lindsay from our marketing team, and we're going to be your host for the event this evening. We're hosting this session this evening due to a number of cancellations of parents' evenings in schools in Greater Manchester, and we didn't want you to miss out on some really important information about the college that might support you in you or your young person's post-16 decisions. With us today on the panel, we have colleagues from a number of different departments from the college. I'll hand over to those now so they can introduce themselves. Chris, do you want to start?
Oh yeah, my name's Chris Wright. I'm one of the assistant principals at the college, and I look after automotive, construction, engineering and logistics.
Helen?
Hi, welcome everybody. My name's Helen Sherwin and I'm a member of the supported learning team, and my role is the team leader for SEND transition, so students with a special educational need. I manage the team supporting new applicants joining the college.
Julie? Oh, you're just on mute, Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Stedman. I'm one of the heads of student support, and I look after safeguarding and achievement with mentors and achievement tutors.
Fabulous. And I can see Kathy's now joined us. So Kathy, do you want to give a quick introduction? Can you hear us, Kathy? We have also got our colleague Kathy Gates with us today, who is head of estates and redevelopments. So we're going to get straight into it because we have got a lot to cover this evening. So I'm going to start off by sharing my screen just to show you a little bit about the Manchester College and the things that we might discuss this evening. So just bear with me a second. Okay, so just a little bit about us at the Manchester College. So some of you might be aware of what we do have on offer at the college. Others might be joining to get some real kind of ground understanding of what we have on offer and the types of courses and our campuses as well. Okay, so we do have 5 campuses across Greater Manchester, and my colleague Kathy will tell us a little bit more about our campus redevelopments a little bit later on. We are a technical and vocational college, so we focus on getting our students ready for the workplace. Okay, so it's all about, yes, getting the qualifications, but also gaining those employability skills and practical skills ready for when they want to go into their chosen career. We have 12 industry excellence academies at the college and 18 centres of excellence. So depending on what type of course your young person would like to join would depend on where that fits into our industry excellence academies or centres of excellence. But then we do also offer apprenticeships via our partners Total People. And if they do want to progress onto university and get a degree, then we do also have degree level courses through USEN Manchester. So you might be thinking you might have a few different options for September. So just a little bit about us and why you might want to study with us for your next steps. So for the second year running, we have been awarded the #1 college in Greater Manchester for achievement, something we are extremely proud of. And we have also been given good by Ofsted. Like I mentioned, we do focus on getting our students ready for that workplace, and over 97% of our students actually took work placement in exciting business environments. So depending on which study programme they would go on to, they would always get some form of work experience, but obviously that is dependent on the course, whether it's, maybe 45 days or it might be 2 weeks or a couple of days. We are the #1 college for furthering education in functional skills and English and maths. So for those who would need to resit, we do have that provision as well. But we will go into more detail about our courses a little bit later on. And more of our students go straight onto university than any other Greater Manchester college. So whether it's straight into employment, a higher apprenticeship, or that university route, there is always those progression steps available. Just a little bit of a visual for you. We are going to talk in detail about our new campus redevelopments a little bit later on. But here on screen, you can see our brand new City Campus Manchester, and that will be opening in September. So we are really, really excited. At the bottom there, you can see some visual representations of what the campus is going to look like. And that one is just over the road from the AO Arena in central Manchester. So really, really accessible. We've also just had a new building complete at our Openshaw campus. Some of you might have visited that campus before, but we do have a brand new facility there as well. That is actually open and students are using that at the minute for their studies. So some really, really exciting opportunities. And then we also have a number of other developments that my colleague Kathy is going to go over a little bit later on. But you can see our 5 campuses located all over Manchester. So we've got Harper Hay in North Manchester, where we have some exciting developments happening. Then we have our Openshaw campus just to the right there, which is in Openshaw, just near Manchester City's football ground. Then we have 2 central campuses. So we have our brand new City campus, and then we also have our Sheena Simon campus, which is just over the road from Piccadilly Station. And then in South Manchester, we also have our Wythenshawe campus, where there are lots of exciting changes happening too. So if you are interested in any of the areas shown on screen, these are kind of the overall departments that we do have on offer. But please do bear in mind, within each department, there are a range of specific courses. So if there's something that doesn't stand out to you on there, then please do check out our website following this event. Or if you do have any specific questions, just fire those through, and we're more than happy to take specific questions throughout the evening. Okay, so that's it from me. I'm going to head over to our panelists now, so I will stop sharing. Okay, so first up we have Kathy. So I did mention a little bit about our campus redevelopments, but Kathy, what changes have occurred during our campus redevelopments and what can we expect from September 2022?
Oh, hi everybody. Good evening. Can everyone hear me? I'm having a few technical difficulties at this moment in time. So as Megan already touched on, we've got a number of individual projects which are covered by our exciting estate strategy. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just give you a quick whistle-stop tour, an overview of what we've been doing over the past year, what we're doing over this summer, and what our new students can expect to see when they come to study with us at Manchester College. So we've invested £139.2 million in our estate strategy, and that's been spread across the city. So as Megan said, we've got 5 campuses. We've got the new City Campus Manchester, Openshaw, Harper Hay, Wythenshawe, and Sheena Simon as well. So in September 2021, we opened our doors to our new sports, construction, health and childcare facilities at our Openshaw campus. As Megan said, obviously we've got students in those facilities now, but those facilities cover a range of different curriculum. So we've got a new 6-court sports hall, gym, studio, and coming this summer, we've also got an outdoor 3G pitch, which is just being completed at the moment. So we've also got within those facilities a state-of-the-art sports lab and strength and conditioning suite as well. And this allows our students to test and monitor fitness levels of other students, which obviously gives them industry experience as well. So also at Openshaw, we opened our new construction facility, and this enables our students to study in an industry standard environment. We've got specific workshops for each trade for construction and automotive, and we also boast 2 BIM suites, a machine workshop and also an immersive technology suite where students can carry out simulations on engineering and manufacturing. They can do virtual welding, virtual drone flights, and also we've got a virtual garage as well. So all exciting curriculum elements there as well. And last but not least, at this amazing facility, we've completed our healthcare suite. So this healthcare suite houses a real-life hospital, a nursery and a care suite. And this also allows students to gain real-life work experience. We've even got an isolation room, which is very apt for the times, obviously, we've all just been through lately with COVID. We've got some very spooky dolls, that's what I call them, where the real name is the Sim Men 3G Plus. And these are living, breathing mannequins, which allow students to interact with them as they would be interacting with a real life person in a hospital ward. So we've obviously invested in quite a lot of facilities and quite a lot of kit within these fantastic facilities as well. So Megan also mentioned our new city campus, Manchester, and it's progressing well. So we are due to be opening our doors there in September 22. And this building houses a number of different curriculum areas from all of the rooms have been designed not only with staff and students, but also with our industry partners to ensure that what we're teaching and the kit that we're using is the same as what they're currently using in the workplaces. This ensures that our students will leave us ready to go and work in any industry that they choose. So the curriculum areas that are located in there are performing arts, visual arts, music, computing and digital, media, hospitality and catering. And the facilities that we've got in there include 2 theatres, libraries, music rooms, band rooms, DJ booths and live rooms as well. We've also got some art studios and individual workshops, including fashion and jewellery and print, which allows students to actually then decide what element of visual arts they want to go into. We've got performing art, rehearsal and singing rooms as well. And we've also got computing and digital workshops, games rooms, TV and film studios. So it's going to be a very busy, vibrant site. Along with our computing and digital, we've also got what we call the Click Studio, which is where our students go and work with clients. So we work with external clients to pull together briefs and marketing campaigns and advertising and branding. So again, we're trying to get our students ready for leaving our college, ready for industry. So finally, some of you may be aware, and Megan touched on it as well, we've been also carrying out some works at Harper Hay, and we're also due to start work at Wythenshawe and Sheena Simon as well. So in Harper Hay, last summer, we moved our catering facility there. So we've got 2 state-of-the-art kitchens there, and we're also opening a small bistro there as well for the public to utilise. At Wythenshawe, we are currently in the design process for this, so it's all exciting. And we're looking at moving our hair and beauty element there, animal care, and hospitality and travel and tourism are already there. We're working with our industry partners to ensure that the facilities that we are looking at designing and building are to a high standard. And also, as I've said, we'll get our students ready for going into the workplace. Sheena Simon is the final part of our jigsaw. And again, we're doing some work over the summer this year, which will enable our students to then have our business and professional industry excellence academy at the Sheena Simon campus. And we also cover ESOL at Sheena Simon, Harper Hay, and we'll have some at Wythenshawe as well. So as you can see, we've been very busy. It's all very exciting, and hopefully you'll be as excited as us and you will come and study with us.
Well, thanks for that, Kathy. A really, really exciting time for students to be joining us. These opportunities that the young people have just for their time at college is really, really second to none. So I know we are super excited about it, like you said, so hopefully some of the parents out there are too. Thank you. Moving on. Okay, so we are now in full swing of our T-level provision, so we are really, really excited about that. And our estate strategy does link up to that, making sure that all of our students are training in those industry standard facilities. So moving on to my colleague Chris. Chris, could you explain the difference between the 3 different pathways that are available? So T-levels, vocational and apprenticeships, what are the differences between those and how do they differ from A-levels? Obviously, those parents out there, some of them might have heard of T-levels before, some it might be completely new.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Well, good evening, everybody. First of all, to have a quick look at an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is something that you do when you've got a job. when you're employed and when you're being paid by that employer and you have a signed contract of employment. An apprenticeship is normally made up of 4 days a week at work, in the workplace, learning the skills actually on the job, doing the work, complemented by 1 day per week in college studying a qualification. And these can last between 2, 3 or 4 years, depending on the apprenticeship route that you take. And they're available at either level 2 or level 3. A T-level is something that's brand new. It's the government's new gold standard for technical education. And the T-level is similar to an apprenticeship, but it's kind of like flipped on its head. So it involves college-based learning and workplace learning, but in slightly different proportions than I just described for an apprenticeship. If you do a T-level at the Manchester College, it will have a minimum of 3 days per week in college, studying a level 3 qualification or technical qualification. And that's paired with a minimum of 315 hours or round about 45 days of an industry specific placement. You'll notice that I use the word minimum of 45 days there. In many cases, you will spend more than that 45 days or 315 hours with the employers in their place of work. And all of the T-levels are at level 3 and they take 2 years to complete. A vocational course is undertaken entirely at college, so wholly at college, classroom-based or workshop stroke salon type environments. And it includes a variable amount or period of work experience, depending on the level of the study program that you decide to take, from a level 1 to a level 3. The work experience element could be from a few days to 2 to 3 weeks, or in some cases even longer. And as I said, you can take a vocational program, vocational study program at any level from entry to level 1 right the way through to level 3. An A-level is a 100% classroom-based academic program. It's an academic course, and just to note, unfortunately, TMC no longer offer A-level study because our focus is now on this new government gold standard for technical education, and the T-level routes have replaced our previous A-level offer. Is that okay?
Overview of T-levels there.
Just so that parents and carers are aware, what T-level subjects are we available from the Manchester College from this September? I know we've been delivering them already for a year, which is amazing, but what else will we be offering from September?
Okay, well, I'll give you a little bit of an overview and then I will go through the list, and there are quite a number. So if you are listening in particular to understand what T-levels we're going to be delivering, you might need to maybe just jot some of this down. So from September 2022, we will have 7 T-level routes available with 15 different pathways. Those pathways will include, the 7 T-level routes will be construction, engineering and manufacturing, healthcare, science, childcare, digital and business. So they're the main headings, they're the main areas that we're going to be delivering T-levels in. If I take each of those now, there are pathways within each of those main headings. So for example, the first one, construction. We offer 3 routes in construction. The first one being building services engineering, which is about electrical installation. We then offer one that's entitled on-site construction, which is about carpentry and joinery. And then we offer another one called design, surveying and planning, which is about architecture, quantity surveying, planning, built environment, so on and so forth. Then new for September, we'll be offering the engineering and manufacturing T-level, and the 3 routes within that are repair and maintenance of light and electric vehicles, manufacturing using composite materials, and that's in association with the University of Manchester and their graphene factory, And then lastly, design, and that's around design for electrical and electronic engineering. Next, if we look at health, we've got 2 pathways in there. The first one, assisting adult nursing, and the second one, an Industry Excellence Academy in Health and Science. Then science as a standalone, science, and that's about laboratory science in partnership with the University of Manchester again. Then we've got childcare, and that's an Industry Excellence Academy T-level in education and childcare assisting teaching. And the next one is Industry Excellence Academy T-level in education and childcare. And that's about educating early years students. Next, we've got digital, and there are 3 pathways there. There is the digital business services and partnership. That's delivered in partnership with Lloyds Banking. Then we've got the T-level in digital production, design and development. That's delivered in partnership with an organisation called Silverchip. And then we've got a T-level in digital support services in partnership with a company called IDT. That's new for September 22. And that deals with things like networking and cybersecurity. And then finally, we've got a T-level in business management and administration. And again, that's in partnership with Lloyds Banking Group, and that does exactly what it says on the tin. So that's what we've got for September 22. Looking a little bit further forward, the following September, we'll also have programmes at T-level in media, legal, finance and accounting. Each of those T-level routes that I've just mentioned, there's quite an extensive list there, but they're all at level 3 as I described earlier. Every single one of those has a level 2 equivalent transition course. So if you're not quite ready to take on a T-level, if you're not quite ready to go and do 45 days worth of placement, if you need a little bit of support maybe with your English or maths, if you need a little bit of support in boosting your confidence to be able to go out into the workplace, there will be a level 2 transition alternative pathway that will be available to you in any of those topics that I just described.
Fabulous, thanks for that, Chris. So you speak about a student being ready for a T-level because, let's be honest, they're going to be challenging. They are a really, really big qualification with a lot of demand. And obviously these days there's so much on offer for young people. So how do they choose what to do next? So what type of student do you think would be suitable for a T-level? What type of characteristics would they have?
Okay. Well, I've probably got 5 points that I would make clear here. So probably if you are a student suitable to undertake the rigors of a T-level, because let's not make any mistake, it is tough, it is hard, it's equivalent to 3 A-levels, it gives direct access to university, and it's a large qualification. So I think you would need to be somebody who has a clear ambition about their future, knows where they want to go, knows what they want to do. Secondly, I would think you would need a very clear passion for the subject that you're interested in. You need to, if it's nursing, if it's construction, if it's engineering, you need to be into that type of topic. Secondly, someone who's committed to progressing into those fields, who knows where they want to end up, has real clear ambitions about where they see their career heading, and somebody who maybe wants to either go to university to study a degree, maybe wants to, after a T-level, complete a degree level apprenticeship with an employer sponsor, maybe somebody who wants to enter into lower level management roles within that industry with further training from the employer. And lastly, I think it's somebody who most definitely is resilient, organised, flexible, and has a positive can-do attitude towards challenge, because it will be challenging, make no mistake. And I think that, just to quickly sum up, they're the 5 points I think I would be looking for in a successful T-level candidate.
Fabulous. So if any parents or carers out there are thinking, yeah, that is definitely my young person, then please do check out our website for those T-levels and transition programs as well. Okay, thanks for that, Chris.
Okay.
Moving on to our Head of Student Support, Julie. So Julie, you support a lot of students throughout the college. So what role does your team play in supporting students once they actually become a student at the Manchester College?
Yeah, so the Manchester College is really committed to ensuring that all the students receive the support they need to reach their potential and enjoy their college experience. And this is in a few different ways. So first of all, we have achievement tutors that are allocated to each young person, and they will monitor your progress and give you regular one-to-ones. And they work very closely with my team, who are student mentors. And in each campus, there's a team leader that oversees student mentors who can support our students with personal social development, as well as any additional educational needs. So that might be that a young person has an EHCP, and we don't want that to be a barrier to learning. So what the team do is they break down that and they make sure that they get that really focused support to ensure that they can achieve a qualification, even at T-level or transition. In addition, we also have a large safeguarding team. And I think sometimes, especially now, if we think about what's happened with COVID, you know, a curveball can come and sometimes things don't work out quite the way we expect them to. There may be a bereavement, or somebody may end up in a situation where they need that bit of additional support. And the safeguarding team are there to ensure that, again, that the young person is supported. We have a highly qualified counselling team. We do one-to-ones. We do a lot of group workshops as well around raising self-esteem, anxiety. And I think, you know, we have to look at that in terms of, you know, giving students confidence to be able to progress on their course. So really our team is about stretching and challenging students, as well as providing that pastoral care that sometimes we really need, you know, when things might not turn out just the way we want them to. I think the achievement tutors are the point of contact to yourselves as parents. They will contact you, they will want a direct line to you. We are really high on you know, parental engagement. It's a real positive thing for us, and you'll get texts from them and regular communications on how your son or daughter is doing on their course. And I think that's really important for you to take part in that learner journey as well for the students, because it really gives them a boost. And the achievement tutors also will do extra study sessions. There's often times when there's sickness, and again, that shouldn't be a barrier. Achievement tutors will work online, they'll work in extra study sessions, and they really will work hard and relentlessly to make sure that every single student achieves their potential at the college.
Fabulous. So that's one side of your role, Julie, so all the safeguarding and student support. But I'm sure there's students out there are thinking, you know, what else comes with college? What are the exciting parts? So can you tell us a little bit about the enrichment opportunities that are available?
Yeah, I think when you come to college, it's really important that you get opportunities to really push yourself. So in terms of that, we have lots of ambassador roles, and we have a wide student council, and they're really great for you to get those employability skills. And alongside that, we really encourage the DofE, so you can actually look at the Duke of Edinburgh as part of a volunteering thing where you can be an ambassador. And we closely work with curriculum as well to ensure that every student has an opportunity to join the Duke of Edinburgh or to be an ambassador if they so want. We also have class reps where students can come and represent each other. I think it's really important that students have a voice and that they're part of that educational process. So, you know, we really encourage students to get feedback and to actually run their own groups and societies. So, for example, we have a book club, we'll have our LGBT society, we have lots of different activities on campus. So, for example, just at Openshaw through the week, we have basketball, netball and football, and those are clubs that are open to any student to access, and that they can come and join the team, and we have cross-college competitions. And in terms of enrichment, really enrichment is anything that students do that enhance their study programme. So that could be joining a competition. We're recently doing our entrepreneur competition, where students are encouraged to look beyond their curriculum course and design or develop a new idea and bring that forward and present it. And they have a big awards ceremony and they get money towards enrichment activities. So there's an awful lot of things, clubs and societies, competitions, events. We recently did International Women's Day today, celebrating International Women's Day. So alongside that, I think Enrichment at the college really represents groups as well, and we're a very diverse college, and we celebrate our cultural diversity. So we're often celebrating with events alongside Black History, or we might do something specific to a theme that's come up. So yeah, the enrichment at the college, there's a really wide programme, and I think it's really important that students have access to something like that, just so that they can do something a little bit different when they come to further education.
Definitely, I can definitely second that. There's always something going on in the concourse. At every campus you go to, there's always a really good vibe.
TMC's got talent. The TMC's got, you know, so that could be interesting. Me and Kathy, you should enter.
All the budding singers out there and guitarists.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you for that, Julie. Really appreciate that. Okay, and finally, over to our transition team leader, Helen Sherwin. So Helen, what support does your team offer to students with SEND?
Thanks, Megan. We offer a lot of support, actually. We are in the heart of the supported learning department and the heart of the whole college. So the transition will support new applicants before they apply or during their application, and will support with their special educational needs and disabilities. And will assess our ability to meet need where there's an EHCP in place for students at all levels. So we support with that transition from school to college. Our aim is just to ensure that your move from school to college is a smooth and positive experience, because we recognise that this is about preparing for your adulthood and your next steps. So we don't want you to worry about the change involved in starting college. We're here to help, and we'll provide you with all the support you need with your start with us. We'll develop a personalised transition package. We'll assess your needs, and some of that package could include, if it's right for you, arranging taster sessions, orientation visits, familiarisation with the campus, and we can also attend your reviews and meetings in school or with other external providers, or during from year 9 through to year 11 attend your person-centred reviews about assisting your progression and next steps with the college. So we complete a support plan at the end of that process to ensure we can provide the most appropriate means of support to help you on your chosen course and achieve your ambitions. So there is a referral process to access the transition team, and the link for that will be in the chat. We have a dedicated inbox. But as well as preparing for your next steps, in the supported learning department, we also have a specialist curriculum, which hasn't been mentioned yet. So for certain students with education, health and care plans, we have our roots programs and we have our supported internship. And the supported learning team is responsible for the promotion of those high needs young people across the college. And also the supported learning team coordinate the support in the classrooms across all campus by a dedicated team of additional learning support managers. So what's the nature of that support? So support for students with education, health and care plans. That could involve individualised support, preparation for adulthood, and we work in conjunction with your local authority to ensure that that support is there for you. We also support students without education and healthcare plans by liaising with the student, their family and their teachers. So we have the dyslexia team who work with students with specific learning difficulties, They're based in our central libraries, and they can suggest strategies, and they can do individualised support sessions and support your preparation for exam access arrangements too, in conjunction with your tutor, who will lead on that. So we all work in a coordinated approach with the different staff across the whole college. Other members of our specialist support team include communication support workers, so that could be support for our deaf students. We have advanced SEND support practitioners and our SEND practitioners based in the classroom. And then we have our assistive technology assistants as well, to promote independent learning. So all the roles and responsibilities really initially with the transition team is to secure a great start to your studies, with all the necessary support and the reasonable adjustments from the very start, and will help you get through your learner journey, which in broad terms means in terms 1, settling in, term 2, thinking about your next steps, and term 3, securing progression during your learner journey. And that's it in a nutshell. Thank you, Megan.
I suppose it's not a kind of one-fits-all project. It's a case-by-case basis. So if any parents or carers do have a young person who does have a special educational need and or disability, then please do make a referral, like Helen said, through the transition team inbox, and that has been put in the chat box through Lindsay. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so that's it from our panelists, but we do have some questions that have come through our Q&A box. So I'm going to hand over to Lindsay now. Lindsay, could you go through any additional questions that we might have?
Yeah, we've had a couple in the Q&A. I've tried to answer some questions throughout, but if there's any more, people could pop them in the Q&A function. That would be really helpful. Probably one for you, Megan, actually. So someone said that their daughter's in year 10, and when should she apply for college?
So not until year 11, definitely. But what I would recommend is definitely come to one of our open events when your child does get into year 11. It's the best possible chance for you to meet up with the tutors, talk about the different opportunities available, and also see all those amazing facilities that we do have at each of our campuses. So through In School, we will be hopefully coming in to your school to talk about our courses and life at college. So please do look out for that at any careers events or assemblies or any kind of careers related activity. But if you would like to kind of come onto the college site and have a bespoke tour, then our contact details are in the chat box as well. So you can contact the School Liaison Team. It's slt@tmc.ac.uk, and we're more than happy to arrange bespoke sessions as well. But yeah, definitely not till year 11.
Real, thanks, Megan. There's been a question that's aimed at Helen, really. So how would you support a student who refuses to attend college due to COVID or mental health issues? For example, they arrive at college, but they're not keen to talk to anyone. How would you support a student that's got issues like that?
I think if there's an education, health and care plan in place, then we may be able to arrange somebody to meet and greet them. Parents can call the college, but where those issues are present for a young person, it's really critical that we have that initial conversation before enrolment, so we can look at the needs and see how we can best support on an individual basis in anticipation of that.
Brilliant, thanks, Helen. Somebody's asked, will there be any in-person open events to look around with Ensure, specifically hair and media makeup in the near future? I know we've got a application and parent evening coming up. Chris, you might want to answer that, because I think someone else has mentioned something about potentially coming on campus.
Yeah, I think the next open event is on the 16th of March, and clearly the facilities will be available. You'll be able to have a wander around. Most importantly, you'll be able to speak to the teaching teams that are on site there as well, which is probably the biggest draw. You want to be able to talk to the people who are going to be teaching you that subject. But yeah, 16th of March is the next open event, face-to-face in person.
Yeah, so just to note that event, all our actual open events for people that haven't applied yet have now finished for the year for 16 to 18. However, the event that Chris has mentioned is the application and parent information evening. So if you have applied or your young person is going to apply between now and then, you will get an invitation to that event specifically. So if you would like to attend, I'd definitely get in touch with our inquiries team, and I'll put the information in the chat there as well.
Lindsay, just to jump in on that as well,
yeah,
obviously, you were talking about Wythenshawe then, and obviously at the moment we're in the process of moving our curriculum around. So obviously there will be staff at Wythenshawe to talk about the curriculum going there, but there'll also be staff in its existing location as well. So it's just so people are aware. You will be invited to the right site in order to do that. But obviously, if you do go to Wythenshawe, the facilities won't be there for you to actually see at the moment, because we're in the process of doing the works.
Yeah. Another question actually that might be worth you answering, Kathy, or perhaps Megan as well. Someone just asked if their course is going to be at the new city campus. Where would they go to meet the tutor? Would they go to a different site? Because obviously, you know, we've got these events where people might be having interviews with tutors, that kind of thing. So as the building doesn't exist, you know, whereabouts will they go?
I can answer that one. So if you have booked on one of the application and parent information events, then you will attend the campus that the course is currently offered at, but they will give an overview of what is to be expected at the new campus. So yeah, it should say on your invitation anyway which campus you've been invited to, but if you have any kind of direct issues or you're not too sure, again, just get in touch with our team or the inquiries team and we can support with that.
Brilliant. Somebody's also asked what is involved in the enrolment process.
Do you want me to take that one? I'll take that one. Yeah, so if you have already applied and accepted your offer, you will be invited to our new Student Welcome Day, which is later on this year. So if you are thinking of applying but have not yet, I would say try and get your application in as soon as possible so that you don't miss out on all these really important chances to meet your tutors and come on site and have a little bit of a taster experience. And then from GCSE Results Day, if you do choose us as your post-16 provider, then you'll be invited in for either a face-to-face enrolment or we could possibly do some over the phone as well. But obviously now we're coming out of COVID, so we are hoping to get more and more people on site. And there, one of our admin team will enrol you as a student. They'll take you through the whole process of getting your ID badge, making sure all your results are put in accurately, and again, making sure that you are on the right study programme according to your GCSE results. And then from there, you'll go through our kind of new starter welcome week, which I'm sure Julie can give us some insight to what will happen during the first week of term.
I can add to that, Megan. As the transition team, if there is additional need, that we're made aware of, we can make some reasonable adjustments for enrolment, so the support for individual needs. So yeah.
Well, thanks, Helen. Another specific question that's being, but Chris, are there placements available for architecture? I'm assuming they mean work placements, but I know that kind of sits in your area.
Yes, it does. That would be in the design, surveying and planning T-level route that we were talking about. Currently, we work with 22 main construction contractors, and there have been students whose ambitions are to become architects and to go on to do architecture at university. All of those main contractors, and I'm talking about people like Wilmot Dixon, Kia Construction, Tlevels, Vinci UK, so really big, you know, high profile organizations. What tends to happen is, for example, we had a student who had a particular interest in architecture. The main contractor brought the architect down to the site to be able to work on an individual basis with that particular student. We're constantly expanding the employer group that we work with. However, having said that, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that if whoever it is who's put that question in the chat was able to source their own placement with an architecture firm, we can vet that employer and we can set that up. I suppose the broad answer to the question is yes, you would be able to work with fully qualified architects via the main construction contractors as I just described.
Well, thanks, Chris. I think we've got the final question now. I've just put in the chat if there's any final questions. We're closing the session soon. One for Julie, really. How do you support students with their mental health?
Yeah, so as I said, we have a large team, and what normally happens is our team are very much out and about, and they meet students when they first walk in the door, say morning to them, and they're always around at lunchtime as well, and they form really strong bonds with students, and they're there to help with any issues that they may have. And through that process, often we do get students that come and they might discuss with us that they do feel quite anxious, or they're presenting with other forms of mental health. And what normally happens then is we assign them with a student experience safeguarding practitioner. We'll have regular meetings with them, regular one-to-ones, catch up with them and do regular welfare checks. And like I said previously, that might mean that actually we need to put a referral in to our mental health team. And we have a wide mental health team provision there for lots of different ranges of mental health. So from low anxiety, just feeling a bit anxious, to actually quite severe mental health where, you know, they need regular support. And it's really important that, you know, we try and get rid of the stigma from mental health. And we do an awful lot around raising awareness. We also have what we call report and support, which is My Day, where students can go on there and actually there's a facility there to, if they do feel low or they are presenting with some anxiety, they can put a note in the chat box, and that goes straight to my safeguarding team. And obviously it's very confidential, and the team will pick those students up then. So there's lots of different ways students can access mental health support, either by referring themselves or speaking to my team, or it might be actually that we make a referral from them. And I think the college has a fantastic mental health support team, and it should never be a barrier for any young person at all. And we also work really closely with parents as well to support them, to support their young people, because sometimes that can be quite difficult for parents as well, and they might not understand the problems some students are going through. So yeah, there's a whole team there ready to pick anybody up.
Okay. And just final question now, just because I'm conscious of time. I'm sure people want to get their evenings back at home. What sport options are there, Julie, in terms of enrichment activities? So what kind of sports do we offer for students to take part?
So we have cross-college sports. Our facility at Openshaw is open to any student across the college, and we're really keen to get students from other campuses to come over and enjoy those facilities, because there's a massive 3G pitch which is going to be open in September. So the sports are endless. So from basketball, football, netball, cricket, there's a wide range of supports on offer there. And I think it's important that students get involved in a lot of these sporting activities. And what we try and do is we try and really build that up on each campus so we can do some cross-college competitions. We also have the gym that is open for students, and students can access the gym on site and they can come and use the facilities. And a lot of our team also do a lot of sporting events around, you know, specific days, and they link that in with enrichment. And of course, there's the Duke of Edinburgh as well, where we take students out and do expeditions with them, and we do the hike, and we look at them building those skills so that they're out and about. So there's lots of different ways for students to get involved in sporting activities.
Brilliant, thank you. Right, we're going to just draw the session to a close. Just want to say thank you for everyone for coming to our virtual parents evening, and thanks so much to our panelists. If your young person would like to apply to Manchester College for 2022 or even 2023 entry, please visit our website. As Megan mentioned before, if they are joining us in September 23, they won't be able to apply until they're in year 11, which and our application portal opens for 2023 entry in October 22. If you need to speak to someone about applying or would like more information, please contact our school liaison team at slt@tmc.ac.uk. All this information is in the chat box. We do hope you've had a lovely evening, and thanks again for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you, take care.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.